Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Doug Dagnabbit from Modern Warzone and ModernWarzone.com, and in today's video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about the Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha, which starts tomorrow for any PlayStation owners for free. You don't have to have a PS Plus membership or anything like that. You just have to go to the PlayStation Store and download it. And this alpha is actually going to be specifically for the brand new gunfight slash mini royale game mode called Champion Hill. And Sledgehammer Games actually revealed a bunch of information. We've talked about some of this info before today, but we wanted to go through their blog post and just go over everything that has been confirmed. Three of the main things that we're going to be going over today are the confirmed perks, confirmed equipment, as well as confirmed kill streaks coming to the game. And there's a couple of other confirmations we can make based off of this blog post that they didn't really make obvious, but they did sneakily reveal some things in here. So we're going to start off with the maps, and I'm also going to talk just a little bit about how this game mode will work. So there are actually 4 maps in this one big map called Champion Hill. You have Courtyard, Train Yard, Market, and Airstrip. These 4 maps will serve as their own arena for two of the 8 teams to play against each other until they go to a new buy round and are matched up against a new group of teams. So after every 3 rounds of combat, you'll be able to access a new buy round where you'll be able to upgrade your weapons, buy more lives, buy armor. You're going to see a lot of that stuff throughout the rest of this blog. But basically, it's a gunfight tournament with 0 loading screens. So you're going to see teams getting eliminated, and eventually it'll be the last 2 teams standing, and whoever wins comes out with the prize, whatever that may be, whether it's a blueprint or, some in-game cosmetic, who knows. But with that out of the way, we can move on to now talking about the specific maps. There's going to be Courtyard, Train Yard, Market, and Airstrip. They all 4 of those maps comprise the Champions Hill map. The playlists for the alpha specifically are going to be duos and trios. In the original blog post, they did mention that there is also going to be a 4v4 version of this mode, but specifically for the PlayStation only alpha, it's only duos and trios. Now we're going to get into the weapons. Now, in our previous videos, we did talk about some of the weapons that were confirmed, like an MP40, a STG-44, Kar 98K, multiple LMGs, MG82, things like that. So if you just look through some of the trailers or you go back through our previous videos, you'll find out about all that. But Sledgehammer Games wanted us to know that weapons are persistent through matches. There are 10 upgrades per weapon, and each weapon upgrade adds 1 attachment. So that confirms what we were the first to talk about at Modern Warzone, was that 10 attachments is going to be in Call of Duty Vanguard. Call of Duty's Twitter account actually said something about it, but people were still a bit confused as to whether this would be a pick 10 like system or whether weapons just were able to have 10 attachments in this World War II game. Well, there's your answer. There are 10 upgrades per weapon, and each weapon upgrade adds 1 attachments for 10 total attachments on 1 weapon. The weapon sets will rotate, so I'm assuming that'll be kind of something like how we have the Gulag right now, how it rotates between pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, and sniper rifles. Both weapon set 1 and set 2 include ARs, LMGs, shotguns, and pistols. The equipment for the Vanguard Alpha is going to be the MK2 frag grenade, which is a cookable frag grenade, nothing new here. The number 69 stun grenade. Now, if you didn't know, 2017's World War II by Sledgehammer Games also featured this same stun grenade, and it slows victims' movements and aiming. And I saw some people in my Twitter replies talking about this. This is not exactly historically accurate, because the number 69 grenade was actually a high explosive device, and it would disorient people, but it wasn't meant to be a stun grenade. Also returning is the throwing knife, retrievable knife that is lethal when thrown at the body or head, so you can finish off your kills really quickly. Gammon bomb, which is new. I can't remember the last time we had an impact grenade in a Call of Duty. You see them a lot in other games, but that is new. I haven't seen anybody talk about that before this blog post. And then you have the MK5 gas grenade, which explodes on impact with the ground, meaning you cannot bounce it off of the ground. You can bounce it off walls and ceilings, but once it hits the ground, it's impacted and it's going to go off, releasing a lingering cloud of gear gas, that's a typo, tear gas, that causes slowed movement, blurred vision, and coughing. So basically how it already worked in Modern Warfare 19. And then you have the S-Mine 44, which is a proximity triggered explosive. Basically a proximity mine. So not that many new things coming out of the equipment category. Now we're going to move into perks, and a couple of things get revealed here that are going to make the Call of Duty community very happy. Persistent through matches, and you can buy up to 6 perks. So what that means to me is that once you buy a perk, even if you die, you keep it. and you can have up to 6 at one time, which means I don't want to say this because I don't know, but wildcards could be showing in this game. The most important part of this whole section actually comes in the first sentence. This is going to make a lot of people happy. Ghost is undetectable while moving by spy planes, enemy intel, and field mics. Now, there's some important things that you may not have noticed right here. Undetectable while moving. That is not how it works in Warzone. That is not how it works in Modern Warfare. That is how it works in Cold War. And it seems like they're going back to that formula for Ghost and Vanguard, which is, that's a W. That's a big W. Leave a comment down below about what you think about that. And also, another thing that 2 things confirmed here is enemy intel. So that tells you that enemy intel will kind of let other players know where you're located on the map. And that tells me that the forward intel perk is returning, which is a perk. I don't want to go into exact details on how it works, but just know that it's a perk that allows you to see where other players are on the map. And then the last bit of this one sentence that is super important to things that we previously talked about is field mics. Field mics are in Black Ops Cold War, and they are a field upgrade. So this is a direct confirmation from Sledgehammer Games that field upgrades are returning. We previously spoke about this when we revealed to everyone that Dead Silence was returning in Call of Duty Vanguard, and that it would be a field upgrade and not a perk. Now, I hope something has changed since I last saw that. As Sledgehammer Games says up here at the top, which I want to reference real quick, they say that none of this is fully indicative of the end multiplayer experience, and if you experience anything that doesn't feel right when playing this weekend, please let us know. We'll be actively monitoring the official Sledgehammer Games Twitter account for any feedback relative to weapon tuning, perks, balance, and spawns. Don't hesitate to reach out. Now, that's a bit questionable because they don't mention anything about the mini-map, which we revealed yesterday is not going to be the classic one. So if you're unsuppressed shooting a gun in Vanguard, you still don't pop up on the mini-map. The only way you pop up on the mini-map is if somebody has a UAV. But Sledgehammer Games actually liked the tweet at the bottom of the thread where I said that they would be listening and taking constructive criticism so long as it's respectful. So they saw what everybody was saying. They see that people are upset. So let's hope that they end up changing that. Moving back into the perks, we have our second perk confirmed, survival training. Maximize resistance to stun effects, immune to gas. So this is basically your tac mask for this game. Let's hope that it works and it's actually a real counter to stun grenades, which I'm not too confident in, but we'll just have to see. In our previous video talking about Vanguard multiplayer, I did throw a little hint in there that I knew High Alert was returning. I'm not sure how many of you caught that, but High Alert is returning exactly how it currently is. The one thing that they don't put here is that High Alert in Warzone now allows you to hear dead silence enemies' footsteps. They don't put that in here, and I guess that's because it's not going to be that way in multiplayer for several reasons. Tracker returns. Enemies leave behind a footprint trail. You see the markers of enemy death locations. Hide the death markers of enemies you kill. Demolition is basically... I can't even think of the perk in Modern Warfare right now. It's a perk 3, and it allows you to hold multiple lethals at a time. Thrown lethals display an indicator showing the path of the lethal. Now that's actually new. That's not how it currently works. Double time. Double the duration of tactical sprint, increase crouch movement speed by 30%. So absolutely no change there for Modern Warfare and Warzone. Next, let's move on to streaks, because this is going to be a bit interesting. Spy plane. I said in our last video you get this from getting 4 kills. Not sure how it'll work in the Champions Hill Alpha. Calls in a spy plane which reveals all enemy positions on the minimap to allies. Can't be shot down. And this is specifically about Champions Hill, so it cannot be shot down in Champs Hill. There is no counter to it besides getting ghost and staying on the move. Flame knot. This was confirmed through the flamethrower, or through a Sledgehammer blog, or a PlayStation blog for Call of Duty. Receive a flamethrower with unlimited fuel in a protective suit. Both are lost on death. This automatically activates in the next match. I'd like to see how this is balanced for Vanguard. I'm not sure that it will be great, but we'll see. Death machine, we talked about that. You get a machine gun with explosive rounds and a fixed number of bullets. Persist through deaths until ammo is depleted. So if you die, you keep your death machine until you run out of ammo. The V2 rocket, which is the nuke for Call of Duty Vanguard, it's extremely expensive. Like, I think it's like $25,000 in the alpha. Activates instantly and drops a V2 rocket, killing all players and ending the match. Okay, so obviously going to be a very good kill streak. That plays into the whole chest part of Champs Hill. Do you save up the money and try to buy a V2 rocket, or do you have to spend that money to make sure you make it that far? As we talked about before, you can buy an extra life at the buy stations. You can gain 1 additional life for your team. Armor plates is a single piece of armor. Not sure how much that'll cost. And then full armor, kind of like how we have as a field upgrade. And Warzone is you throw out the thing, you pick up a full set of armor. The operators will be randomly assigned, and these are the 4 you can play. And these are all 4 of the campaign operators: Lucas Riggs, Polina Petrova, Wade Jackson, and Arthur Kingsley. And that's pretty much it. If you're wondering when they're going to officially reveal multiplayer, it's going to be revealed on September 7th. Weekend 2 of the crossplay beta is September 16th and 17th. And then September 18th and 20th, it's open for all platforms. So if you learned anything new today, or if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It helps us out insanely. We're almost at 400,000 followers on Twitter, and our YouTube is way behind, mainly because I'm lazy, and it took me way too long to get used to uploading daily on YouTube. But that has stopped. I'm continuing uploading daily until I drop. So thank you guys for all your support. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.